Hello everyone, excuse the noise in the background. Actually, let me just go close my door. Okay, so now the only noise that we're dealing with is from the outside world. But hello everyone, so I thought I would do a sit down video, which I haven't done in a while because all of my videos have been vlogs lately, of some things that I learned in 2024 and what has kind of been like happening in my life since the last time I vlogged. One of the reasons why I decided to film this again, and I did film this yesterday, was because I kept bothering myself during editing by saying the word and I do realize that I say that a lot, especially when I'm talking in front of the camera. I don't think I say it as noticeably often when I am engaged in conversation. However, it was just bothering me, so I'm going to film this again. Hello. I decided that I was going to list out a couple things. At first I wanted to do like a 24 things I learned in 2024 thing, but there was, honestly, 24 things is a lot and I wasn't sure how I wanted to kind of break up each like topic and or concept. And so we're just gonna talk through some of the things. A couple things happened in 2023 that led up to 2024. As some of you have maybe seen and or heard me talk about, is that I do live in the state of Texas now, which is very different than what I grew up with and where I have been for the past like 21 years of my life. I did grow up in Los Angeles and then I went to college, obviously, lived there for about 4 years. And then I did another year of living in my college town while I was working post-grad. And that job was a 9-to-5. I was doing data. I loved my job at the time. I feel like it was a great entry-level job for me to start out at, and that is what I studied. I studied statistics, so I guess kind of going off of that, I was doing like data stuff. Life was going great. I didn't really know what I would be doing after that year though. That was always a big question mark in my head, and due to, well, parental pressure being first and foremost reason, and the fact that the lease was ending anyways, I did make the decision to move to Texas, and I do have some family here, which is great. I started that job where I was doing hair for about a year or so. I had my very first apartment where I was living completely alone, with the exception of my boyfriend coming every couple months or so whenever he had break. And so he was still in school, I was not. I had moved to Texas, and so we started doing this like long distance thing where he would fly to me every break or like whenever he could, because I was working. And I do apologize if I keep touching my hair, it's kind of being unruly today. And so while that was all going on, I was in a new job, I was in a new place, I was living alone for the first time in my life, and it was taking a very big toll on me. However, I did not realize how big of a toll it really was until I was reflecting back on it. And I realized it was physically and mentally so exhausting to be living like how I was living at the time and be working in that environment. And so now I have a new job. We moved to a completely new house because we got married, but now we live in a new house. It's closer to the city, where I don't feel as secluded in life or with the community. And we got married. If y'all didn't know that yet, my life now is just so completely different than what it was in the past, I think. And one of the biggest things is that I am very happy with how everything is right now that I feel like I can take some time to reflect on the past year-ish that I have been living in Texas. Everything that I had negatively associated with my life at the time, I think I associated that with Texas, or like the location of where I was residing. I resented coming to Texas. I questioned why I had to live my life a certain way. I questioned why this was happening to me, instead of me taking charge at my life and changing up the way that I wanted it to. I also got a cat at the end of last year when I first moved to Texas, and that was honestly solely for the reason of not being so lonely at home, because I didn't have Sarang with me, who is my dog, and I got to explore a little bit of Texas. Not too much. I still have a lot of exploring to do, and a lot of, I guess, like the city of Dallas that I have not yet explored, and all of that is just truly my fault because I feel like I don't get out of the house much. Anyways, a lot of that really stemmed from, I think, this past year, where I was just feeling super down about myself and about the location that I was in, like I said, and just that mentality of why is this happening to me versus this is happening to me and I don't like it, so let's change it up. I think after having that long distance and then marrying my boyfriend, a lot of things started to shift as well. The way that we look at each other is different as husband and wife than as boyfriend and girlfriend. I think that's definitely one of the biggest changes. Although it hasn't been very long since we got married, there is that difference. The way that we make decisions is different as husband and wife than boyfriend and girlfriend. The way that we look at, let's say, financials, our next goals, the next time we go out of the city, the next time we, I don't know, go to the supermarket, like every little thing became a completely different type of decision as husband and wife, if that makes any sense. Every relationship is different, and I think the way that we, or the other individual, handles the other is very form-fitting, and that is also, I think, one of the reasons why we kind of work for each other, with each other in a sense. And so that has definitely been one of the biggest, I guess, learning curves slash like changes in my life of 2024. I don't know if this video was more of a rant than anything, but I hope you took away something from this video. I also feel like each of the things that I just mentioned could use a lot more explanation. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe. I know this is a little different than some of the other videos that I have been posting lately. I have no idea how to end these things anymore.